Hey everyone, so here's a video that I wanted to show you guys. Some of you actually been asking for this, of the MT28 running with my new front suspension kit, which you can see I've got on here. Just a couple things before I show some footage of running the car. One of which is that if you want to get the most travel out of the body, or excuse me, out of the suspension, you want it to pretty much bottom out. Is what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to trim up the fenders here a little bit. Originally they come down to maybe about here where the top of my fingernail is. So pretty much what I did is I just took a pair of curved scissors. You could use, you know, a Dremel tool or whatever else you had, and just kind of made the arch of the fender a little bit more of a continuous curve. The way the car comes from the factory, this is kind of almost squared off on top, and as the wheel travels up, it hits it probably about right here. So you got another 1/8 inch or so of travel that you can get by trimming your fenders. These could probably even go a little bit further. The tires hit the body a little bit, but so I may go back and trim just this middle portion here up a hair. I actually like the way it looks better trimmed like this anyway. To me, it kind of makes the body look a little bit more aggressive in some ways. So let me go ahead and pop the body off this thing, and then we'll get going on some footage showing this thing drive. So, you know, nothing too surprising underneath there. It pretty much looks exactly the same once you take the body off as the, you know, the buggies and other cars that I've shown with the front suspension kit. But anyway, you know, here it is. It fits very seamlessly between the front body mount. You can see the shock towers are really nowhere close to it at all. You know, even if you had this post on pretty much the lowest or near the lowest setting, there wouldn't be any interference in there. Because the tires on the MT are heavier than on the buggies I've been running so far, what I did was I put the shock collars down maybe about 2 millimeters. On the buggies, I usually run these so that the collar is basically all the way up against this little flange on the shock. But on the truck with these big tires, you know, I went ahead and moved these down probably about 2 millimeters or so. You know, again, what you want, I think, is when you deflect the car and you let it go, is that it's going to come with the tires facing straight up and down. When I had the shocks in the all the way up position and I'd push down, it would maybe have a tiny bit of sag in it, you know, which isn't a big deal, but you can adjust it and make it so you're happy. If you want it a little more compliant, you can leave those up a little. If you want it stiffer, you can crank them down, you know, about as far as you want to go. You know, overall, I think the car is fairly balanced front to back, you know, with the rear shocks the way they are. So anyway, let me get to some driving, show you guys.